How? Welcome. Welcome to my tiny tube. It is only small in stature. Actually, not even stature. In my mind, it's stature. That's something I say about me, because I'm only 5'2". I'm only small in stature. My power, my presence, my gifts, they are grand. And here I share them with you. I'm just like an esoteric Sherlock. I'm going way back today. Kinda. Back and forth. Time is just all relevant. Mom's not awake yet, so for background sound, just to have the TV on in the background while she's waking up and stuff. It's been kind of warm for her. But we're moving and we're gonna get a cooler, swamp cooler. I want a swamp cooler. I don't like air conditioners, man. Those are just too much trouble. I can fix them all. I can recharge the system. I can change the evaporator. I can freaking do it all myself. Industrial, even. I'm trained by the Air Force. I'm trained mechanic in the. I was trained mechanic in the Air Force. So, anyway. Criminal Minds is on. That affirmed a lot of stuff that I knew. See, that's what I get from stuff that just comes across my scope, falls in my life, becomes in my life. It's just on my radar is an affirmation of what I know or what I don't know, you know. And if the stuff I don't know I pick up on, do I want to know about it? Is it for my highest good? No. Yeah. Okay. Let's know more about it. If it is, if it's not, is it for my ego? I don't need to be a part of that jazz. That ain't that. I don't like those kind of parties. You should check out my snapnacks on Instagram. I put up a couple pretty good ones. They're kind of old, but they got heart. This kid's got air. They're pretty good. I got a good eye. I go by that one. Sometimes I point and shoot and get frickin' pictures that make me go, dang, wow, man. I did that? I'm just a vessel. I'm just a means. That's all creation is. We're portals of ideas and thoughts. And, you know, are you going to manifest those in a positive way? Or are you going to make all that cheddar, get them billions, roll? I ain't into all that money stuff, man. I don't even care if I ever see a W-2 ever again. I kind of hope I don't. This one was kind of fun. It was one of those 2-for-1s. You gotta look under the boot. Look under the boot. Anybody ever go there? Look under the boot. I wonder if there's a hashtag for that. Anyway, I'll get sidetracked because Moon's in word on the street is Moon's in Libra. No, Moon's in Leo. Sun's in Leo. Moon's in Leo. It's all a blur. I made notes because it's all a blur. Things are blurry. The veil is just like, what veil? One day people will be all like, what? People used to talk about a veil? Why would you disregard freaking magic? Why would you pretend like magic doesn't exist? So I went on a synchronistic antholt this morning. I love those. And it all started with the video because AWOL Nation is putting out some contents. And so I was like, you know what, I gotta look this kid up, because that's what I do. I look into people. I see what they're all about, what their history is about. Aaron Bruno? Is that the right one? Yep. And a heck of a deal, you know, his birthday. I'm like, first thing I do is I look at someone's birthday. 11/11/1978. I was just like, no wonder I like this kid, man. Benny's having a dream. He's bouncing around. We can leave him to his private of his dream. We don't need to He's just sleeping. He gets fired up sometimes in his subconscious when I talk about stuff. He affirms stuff in his dreams. All nature affirms our stuff. Anyway, so homeboy, we had a very similar. And then after I look at birthday, then I look at latitude and longitude as to where they first incarnated on this planet. And then yeah, we're the same latitude. He's 30 Los Angeles, 34 point whatever, and I'm 34.15. I mean, we're same freak tribe. That's what I call the same freak tribe. When you are literally born in the same magnetic field as people, and then latitudinally and longitudinally people share that same heart space. You're connected in that same heart space. So when we say we're all connected, it's all by vibration and frequency. We're all everybody gets spun up the same, just different shit spins people up. I like that. Anyway, and then because of him, he reminded me of a band that I liked that I'm surprised I never downloaded none of their music before. Ed Sharp and the Magnetic Zeros. And he said, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. So I went over and looked up them. They make my goofy face smile watching their videos. I mean, I like their music. I'd never seen one of their videos. So I went over and I was just like, I just like them both. They're just such joyful people. And you know that they've been through it, you know, because you know what real joy is. Authentic joy. You know what it is. You recognize it. So this fake bullshit is just really, I think it's kind of for me, it's a slap in the face because I work so hard to get real joy. So when people act like they're so happy all the time and everything's so wonderful and they're so animated and oh yay, 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 all the time, I want to punch them in the fucking throat. Yeah, I do. But I just do this stuff in my head because you don't put your hands on people. I've been like dancing it out in the backyard, and I come back in and I'm like, Mom, feel my hands, and she's like, like hot to the touch. She's like, oh my gosh, and then she feels, and she's like, but the back of your hand is cool, just the face, and your feet are the same. That's where your energy releases. I'm like, Mom, one day I'm gonna be shooting fireballs out my hands like spiders, only heat, tension, get off, back off, get out my face. I'm not a violent being. I don't want to get into a tussle, but I fucking will if I have to, okay? That kind of stuff. Energetic fireballs. Get back, right? Anyway, so Alex Ebert is the lead singer. And I looked him up first, and that was funny. I'm like, he is a good-looking man, and he has a beard and long hair, and I've never seen one until today. So that opens up that whole genre for me, because I find there's some spark in him that I find attracted to. Not that I want to freaking, hey baby, let's chase some sensations together, baby. No, it ain't like that. It's a chemistry, it's a spark, and people take that and just don't appreciate it for what it is, and they make it, it can have a cap, because humans have thumbs, and we're the ones that are supposed to make sure that other people, that it don't get creepy, and not everything's got to be creepy, and not everything's sexual. Most things aren't. It's just the pervy ones that take it to that. Keep it out of the bedroom. Keep if everybody just I catch kid catchers though. So anyway, I don't want to get too deep on that. Man-made versus, I made a few notes. Checks and balances. This is what I woke up to when my spirit was anchoring back into my soul sack after sleeping, dreaming. That's our spirit incarnating in higher dimensions, visiting future times, past times, you know. The earth has them, everything happens. There's a universal law. There's universal law. Fuck man-made law. Fuck. Man-made law is based on a lawyer who feels some kind of way, so he drafts a letter and says, so be it. They don't take the account into the psychology of the lawyer that is writing the letter. And most are sadistic. Because these motherfuckers, man, people don't got $500, $1,000 an hour to pay you to have fucking, the kids that are trying to put themselves through school that are really doing the work that you pay like $20 an hour, $25, your little legal eggs, paralegals, the people that do the real work. You want to know the dirt on lawyers, go talk to them. Talk about having to take it in the bung just to, get by, because they're trying to. And now, I thought about going to law school, but I can just read law books. I don't need to go to a school. I don't need a school to tell me. And plus, I don't type. So, the LSAT, I would never get through the LSAT. Ooh, this song is a good song. Makes me perk up. Chief, don't run. Give me a minute. Chief, don't run. It's such a good song. Listen to the lyrics. See, me, mom in the shack in the woods, bro. That was my upbringing. Because we were always under threat. So I know what a threat is, because we were always under threat. So I am like, they talk about the hypersensitive, ultra secure, ultra vigilant, I never wanted to be who I am because people talked about that badly about that. Like I never looked in at certain definitions and stuff because I never identified myself with these things, and then what I came to find out is the control freaks are setting the checks up and balances. See, the egos it's been coming from an ego space for 500 years. The checks and balances. Free spirits, free thinkers like me have been freaking poisoned. Take this pill. It'll make you feel better. It'll calm you down. No, there's better ways. I got off my tangent about Alex Ebert. I was wrapping it up, though. He's also born in Los Angeles, same freak tribe. He is a good-looking man. So, So I just like to give credit where credit's due. And he's a Taurus. I'm Aries. So. But these attractions to people, and like attracts like, negative, low, no vibers, they run all the same circles. But just like that, it was kind of, there's a lot of symbolism in spiritual light stuff too, and I'm trying to look more towards those symbolisms, the people that hang out with Alice and the fun guy, and that are the offspring of like the people that traveled with the dead, and the people that have the heart space of their own inner checks and balances by meditating and not eating a bunch of shit and drinking a bunch of booze or just doing too much of anything. People that recognize balance and the need of it in themselves, and then sometimes finding out and reaching out and that getting the balance in other people that you don't got in yourself. Because we're all weary. We all weary. We weary. We weary. Even the earth has its own checks and balances. That's what volcanoes are. Earthquakes moving around. Ugh, crack. She's cracking her back, y'all. Mama Gaia's cracking her back. She's waking up. You want her to be in a bad mood? Her vibe is rising. We can learn and adapt, because that's all that people are going to be able to have to do is just adapt to how she's rising and learn positive ways about how to talk about your and smart and articulate ways on how to talk about your feelings rather than acting them out. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. It's not comfortable to talk about feelings and emotions and shit. That's why I put all my shit out here. Because if I can tell people that I was raped when I was a baby and all of my shit and all that stuff, you know, because I say it so nonchalantly because it was something that happened. I'm not even as the same person on a cellular basis. We are different human beings. We get new heads of hair every 7 years. Every it's all 7 years. It's all cycles. We're all cycles. So when people hang on to the emotions that are tied to experiences, when they get stuck in that vibration, I talk about things in a general because now it's just a general thing to me. I'm just trying to relate and connect to other people to let you know that you ain't alone. This shit happens to you and people just have discounted you your whole life and just looked at you like you're pathetic and broken and all that stuff. And it's like, it ain't me, dude. It's you. How you looking at me? There ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't broke. I'm that little Japanese, you know, filled my shit with gold myself. It's what alchemy does. We heal ourselves from the inside. Ain't nothing on the outside world gonna fix you. Nothing. No penis, no vagina. We'll just get there. All that stuff. I mean, that's what people get to, right? I'm like a monogamous sexual being for one. Besides that, I ain't even into. Ain't nobody for me. Yeah, you can flirt sometimes, but somebody to me is always somebody else's husband or somebody else's wife, unless she's mine. So checks and balances, man-made versus nature. Volcano. I'm gonna go live next to a volcano. Used to scare me to death when I was a little girl, and I want to live right next to her, nuzzle up next to her every night, cuddle with her, Mount Shasta, somewhere thereabouts. I think it's meant to be. Small population. It was cool. I was reading about, one of the reasons why I like AWOLation is because of the lyrics of the music. I like his mind. And so when I listened to his talk, because I don't know if he's put out a new album. I don't even remember the title of the talk that got me on this little ant hole. But he was talking about blowing up the bridge, and I was like, I do that. I blow up the bridge for the same reason he does. You know, and that's the same freak tribe, is that we all think the same way. There's just too many people that are one. It's like mass consciousness came to this level of becoming this lowest common denominator that it just vibed at this hum, this like the old like the parents and Peanuts, wah wah wah, not audible, like I don't understand what you're saying, because it's just such a low vibe. And I'm up here like thinking all the time, want to do this, want to do that, let's go here, let's make the world like this, and I don't need no Adderall or Ritalin or none of that stuff like that, because all I need is meditation and a connection to source, a higher power that ain't me, that I know is in control, that's got me, that's got my back. Just thinking about this over here. They're butt buddies. They like to sleep next to each other. They're pack dogs, you know. And people are too. We're animals. People forget we're animals. We just got thumbs, you know. We're the ones that just have the free will not to harm people. So recognize that there are people out there that don't have the psychology, don't have the control to do that. They can't. They physically cannot stop themselves from harming other people, because they don't. Where are they going to learn it? They've never had a control. Look at how the percentage of the people on the planet right now compared to the verses, the opposite, the lesser echelon of that have just always gotten whatever they wanted. I've seen it. I've supported them. I've always had to frickin' bring them chips and salsa, or bring them around, you know, all of these people that have just really thought they were the center of the universe. I often say that to people. There is a center of the universe and you ain't it. Especially when they act a fool. And I'm a clown. And when a clown's saying, "Are you acting a fool?" That's bad. You need to take a look at yourself. And then the clown goes home and takes a look at herself to see why you would be the vibrational frequency to attract somebody so no vibrational. What's wrong with you there, Marjo? What's wrong with you? Vibe higher, Marjo. See, everything is my responsibility. Everything's my fault. Everything's how I look at it. Nobody else on this planet is responsible for how I feel. It's nobody else's fault if my feelings get hurt. Just like that, it ain't my fault if I hurt nobody else's feelings. So what, my words, they're just words, right? Right. My words are just words, right? Sticks and stones and all that, right? Fuck that. I'm an empath. People are dicks. Energy fucking never lies. People do. And that's the thing, is the checks and balances are coming back into play. The karma's coming back. People like me will succeed because we got the heart and we put in the effort. And I've become disciplined by the stars. Go out this day. Don't go out this day. Sometimes you gotta, and just be cautious. You know, some things happen, you know. You gotta live your life. You can't just, you know. But some days are definitely blackout, no travel days, and I will not go out. And I don't have to, because I've set my life up that I don't got to. So, canceled. This is all the people are talking about. I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like, what? Thanks for playing, kids. Thanks for catching up. I've been deleting kids, or deleting people my whole life. It's the same thing. Delete. I've been deleting people since 2000. Done. Delete. That's it. Last straw. We all, you know, we all got them. That's why I don't got no friends. Somebody's got a last straw, and evidently I know what it is, or they're worried I'm gonna find out what it is. My nose is looking extra Aries today. Maybe it's in honor of Leo moon. You can tell I'm an Aries. You can tell by people's signs by the shapes of their face. Cancers. I have Cancer in me too. Yeah. Yep. I got a lot of Scorpio, Moon, Western and Vedic too. You want to tussle? You want to tussle with the little shorty? Tussle with the shorty. I'll blow up the bridge. And then I'll blow up the earth so you can't rebuild that bridge ever again or anything like it. I'll make sure. I don't blow nothing up. See, I'm a peace lover. I love peace. I just visualize this stuff in my mind like creators do. You know, some other people do it and then do it in Hollywood, and then the same vibrational frequency of those people do it in the military. It's all creating productions. Made up shit. These storylines are not based on any valid truth ever. It's just mass production. Only the ones on the military are way grander because they tell people it's for their own safety, that we give them all of our taxes and money and all this stuff, you know, breaking our backs, working 2-3 jobs. You know, the homeless, the cracks of society are getting wider, and then they freaking, you know, keep it all themselves. It's just all that stuff. Checks and balances, you know. That's why the freaking suicide rate for military officers, veterans, it's because it's like, oh my god, I was an asshole. I kill people for money, and at the end of your life, you got to meet your maker. So, if any boomers in your lifers that freaking want to give your money away to freaking deserving people, that, you know, give it to the people. Don't give it to the fucking not-profits. You're just paying to stroke their egos. Give it to us soldiers that deserve it, that have stories, that are trying to help people do, you know, get better with your life. Recovery. I'm all about recovery. I'm all about support and recovery. That is my vibrational frequency. It's in my astrology, and Mike is about to be back up online, the peace stealer. He rescheduled the appointment for the 20 tomorrow. That's a good day for me, in my mind. I have a lot of big shifts, and they begin tomorrow, and I'm very grateful and very excited for the prospects. And I'm not trying to land on any one, because I used to get so excited. Oh, I'm going to make this happen, and I did it, and then it didn't work out. how I planned, then my heart would break. And I think I was a failure and all this, and then I was like, no, it just wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. It was one of these guys, I think it was Alex, went to rehab, and I've had addiction problems. Still do. I recover every day, and I'm trying to. And he came up with an alter ego and his name or something. I don't know. I read some stuff, and I read about both of them since I read it both at the same time, and they're both the same frequency to me. Now it's just I'm forever gonna interact them, just like AWOL Nation and 21 Pilots. I do that with them too. No, they're two entirely separate beings, but because they're the same vibe. Anyway, and then I came up with Standing Turtle recently. I thought that was funny. Not that I'm like, that's because we all have aspects. That's why chicks date like dudes, bad boys, because they're just reflecting the bad girl in them. They're just, living it vicariously. They're doing the shit with the bad boys, man. They're bad girls too. They just got you fooled. They just wear different, They just got you fooled. Manipulation. It's hard. I could be a master manipulator. Oh my god, it is so hard. That is the worst karma for me. It's bad. It's bad karma for me. I mean, that comes bad back to me more because I'm so good at. So it's like down turbo. You don't get to freaking shoot fireballs. That's what yeah. Anyway. I think I said my piece. Checks and balances, lowest common denominators. That's what mainstream is to me. Is just lowest common. It's just when everybody loves one thing, I'm like, these people have attention spans of gnats, because then they're the ones that always like the next big thing, and then at some point people move on. So at some point everything gets canceled or deleted because nothing lasts forever. Intellectual property. I don't really want to talk about that now. Best version of an onion. That's what's happening. We all stink. People are just unraveling their stank. That just totally came to me. That was off the cuff, Being a human being is a gross, nasty experience. We're animals. We have the potential. We all have the potential to just squat and poop. I mean, it's just what people can't. The things I've seen that I'm just like, I would not ever do that. And that spectrum just keeps getting wider and wider and wider because people have just always lived in mobile devices, and so it's like they became unhinged. They lost aspects of themselves, like those aspects that say you don't talk to other human beings that way. That's just bad karma. You don't talk to people that way. You just don't talk to people that way. Without, I mean, yeah, you just don't. You don't. And justifiable anger is just the devil's just playground, man. Just retaliating and spite and all that. That's all ego stuff. Just drop it. Just drop it. Just drop it. It's just a nasty feeling. Just put the feeling down and go for a walk, and at the end of your walk, put the feeling down, drop the feeling into the earth right there, take your shoes off, put it in the grass, and then walk away and leave that feeling there. Do that shit. It works. Cooperation is nature's way, yeah. Hi, Aaron. Hey, from the Netherlands. Nice. See, hopefully I'll probably eat Aaron one day. That's because I'm planning on going back to my homeland. I know you said San Bernardino's a couple hours from where you are, but it's still the same latitude. So, I kind of want to see that truck that your husband has too. And he's a smart guy. He's resourceful. I like his setup. I'd like to have talks with him too. and see the garden. Oh, your garden, man. I don't know if you saw, but the neighbors brought me some squash. I'm going to cook them up and put them in Mom's eggs this morning. Yeah, you know, we can, anyway. Yeah, I pinched my nerve. That's why I have to stay active and been doing like Tai Chi stuff and these well, don't start there, but yeah, I understand. I literally feel your pain. I don't feel it for me, but I have been in that pain, and I know what it's like, and it sucks because I fucking still have to go down the goddamn creek to get water for my toilet. I just have to do it way slower. I did that one time. It's because, yeah, but and then I got, I'm way more careful now because I'm weak in the spine like a turtle. I don't, you know, I got a big old fat head too, top heavy. So, but yeah, Netherlands would also be a wonderful place for, because there's a place in California, I believe, called, I know because I've been there, Solvang. It's a Dutch community, and I just loved going there. I know I was Dutch in an incarnate. I have connection to that. I just never, I don't have a lot of that in my ancestry, so I don't remember. Aunt had it done on one side, and Mom had it done on the other, and I don't recall that coming up, but I do have, I don't know, it's all of it, like the wooden shoes, all of it. I love it, love it. So I would love to come visit the Netherlands one day. That's the cool, because all I need is a backpack, someone to hang out and watch, make sure Mom's okay, and the dogs, and I could go do 4-day stretches, 7-day stretches. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't like that much. And go visit people. Actually, I would probably stay because I don't really like the travel part of stuff. So I could do Europe in a couple. I could do Europe in a few weeks and see all the places I want to see. And all the places I want to see aren't all the same places that everybody else wants to see. I like the off the beaten path. I don't like the high traffic areas of anything. And if I do go to someplace big, I like to get there early and to let it grow around me. So I like to walk into it. Like, I always went to concerts and shit early because it was empty, and then I could, like, hey, stagehand and stuff like that, and you get the good shots when nobody else is around. And then sometimes I get a place like, you know, Taylor Swift. I got there like hour early, and I got cool shots of her this was for her 89 tour, of her like microphone that was sitting right there that she used all night, you know, she spit in and stuff like that. You know, I got all kinds of cool pictures of that. You know, I'm just always capturing the moment because I'm always living in the moment. That's why I got snap knacks. When the only time I went to Solvang, I was probably 2-3 years old. I was around, so that was around. I'll go back. It's probably not, and it's not going to be the same. Maybe some places like, you know, kept in the family. You know, nothing's ever the same. Like, as soon as you leave a town, it's different. But I never got to sample the food. I'm kind of a food snob. But I think that you are kind of a food snob too, just based on your appreciation for quality, just based on the fact that you grow good food from the looks of that garden that you have. If I'm remembering your garden right. So I'll take your word for it too, because we close in frequency. We on the same latitude, longitude. See, you know, because people in different parts of I mean, it's so funny. It's like the people that really get me were you know, or I've been someplace that we've crossed laterally, longitudinally, have crossed paths in really obscure places. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to be a food snob, and shame on people for freaking allowing quality. You know, I'm all about quality assurance. All about quality assurance. Fuck people for exchanging quality assurance for fucking profits in your goddamn third quarter, goddamn third-quarter earnings and shit. You know, you gotta have to buy all that expensive shit. I'm trying to see how long I've been running my mouth. So, I think I said my piece. So I downloaded, I freaking love that. Edward Sharp and she is freaking cute as a whistle too. I'm looking her up next. But he caught my attention. But she caught my attention first because kind of some people, man, their energy and it's so cool because it ain't got nothing to do with sex. Not that everything's about sex, people, and chasing sensations. She has just, I mean, they're just infectious. Their energy is just, you feel good when you watch them, you know. Just being in some people's company, just, you know, there's an old story about, you know, someone that, about liking being a better version of their person, you know. You reach your fullest potential with being around certain people. You know, I like to level up. I think I level up. I think the people that I like in my life and that I'm trying to connect to have things that I don't, and I respect that. So I'm really trying to make a connection. Other people don't see things that way to me, and sometimes I don't make as good as an effort or not, you know, but when I try, you know, and it's just disregarded, then it makes me want to not try anymore. And then I get to that point, you know, you let everything hurt your feelings and you stop trying anymore. I'm just going to end up one of those people that are, you know, sitting in a chair looking out a window, because it don't matter, because I'm just going to one day take my last breath. I'll just sit here and wait till I do that. But there's too much life to be living. You know, there's too many places I haven't seen. There's too much of the earth I haven't seen, and I'm pretty excited about it. Because I only have to be at a place for a second to take a picture. I want to just, I'm ready for a little adventure, and I got to do it, because I don't know how much I got physically left, you know, because sometimes things happen, and just keep breathing through it. Just keep breathing through it. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.